Alright, so we're in Destiny 2 right now, and I'm almost done the season pass for Season of Dawn. I'll get it done really fast. I have ways to level up at least six levels every 2 hours. Not every 2 hours. 2 hours of every day. So what that means is that we just do daily bounties, but it only helps with Dawning activated. So it might be different if when the Dawning event disappears. But here we're talk about the Timelost Arsenal. Once you get to level or rank 92 on the season pass, you basically unlock this Obelisk enhancement, and it's a bit confusing because it kind of keeps it hidden unless you search it up on internet. Of course, you can kind of tell like what this means, because it literally just says when you unlock this, you get the weapons will contain an ultimate final perk. Now the thing is, it's the terminology. If you don't know what it means, like final perk, it sounds kind of weird. Myself, I didn't know what it meant, to be honest, for the longest time before I even got it, and I had to figure out what it meant. But now, what it really means is that when you do a time lost bounty, so for example, one of these, the ones you get from the Obelisk, when you claim it, so let's do the Perfect Paradox. We claim this, right? Now we got the Perfect Paradox, and what it means is that it gets an extra final perk. So when you go into its details here, you can choose the final perk. So now, instead of having Slide Shot Rampage, which is a pretty good roll, we can have Slide Shot Swashbuckler. So to be honest, this is pretty cool. It's similar to the Black Armory, where if you go to 801 right over here, of course, you know how to get through the annex here, and you go to the left, you talk to her. You can do the same thing with her, if you guys don't know, if you never played Black Armory. But if you get the, what do you call it? I forget what they're called, but we'll check here.
More in stock now.
The research weapon frames, these are kind of similar. They give you they have a small pool of what weapons you can get, but based off, like, say if you do like the Gambit one, you'll get a Gambit weapon, not prime, but like, you know, lower tier Gambit weapon, an old one, like a trust, like a trust, or I don't know, a bygones or something. So basically, they will have these weapons will also drop a final another extra perk as well. So these are kind of similar. Of course, this only lasts for the season, so you know, get good use of it. Of course, if you have Saint 14 unlocked and you have the Obelisk already unlocked, then you can go and obviously redeem these time lost bounties from the tower. So it makes it a little bit easier to grind, and the quests are really easy to do. Most of them are really fast. You know, some of them just kill Vex, some of them just get grenade kills. You know, just find the right setup. You know, all that stuff. Basically, you know, we can go and claim as much bounties as we want. For some reason, I glitched it, and I was able to get 5 in one for some reason. I don't know why, but I can only do 4 at a time when you max out. So I have all the obelisks maxed out, basically. They're all 11, which is pretty much the max. You can get them, and you can keep going forever if you want. But basically, that is pretty much how it works. You just go and click one of these. So what to go, like, we did 4 of these, so we're going to probably just redeem them all. I'll get experience as well. And so if you go back to the Tower Obelisk, now we can see that they cost 3,000 Glimmer and 10 Fractaline to redeem them, but not all of them have ultimate final perks. And so when you do finish or do get to the Time Lost Arsenal, this part over here was pretty much unknown. Now when you hover over it, it tells you the 7 weapons you can do, basically, that will have a final perk. Not all the weapons in the Time Lost will have the perk or have that Time Lost Arsenal active or whatever buff. So the ones that are active are Perfect Paradox, STEELFEATHER Repeater, Breachlight, MARTYR'S, Retribution, Line in the Sand, Gallant Charge, and Patron of the Lost Causes. The ones that have the Saint 14 logo on them. The ones from the Infinite Forest, like Infinite Paths 8 and Traveler's Judgment 5, don't have that. You know, they're the same color, but they're not really part of the group of guns. So the guns like Trophy Hunter from the Season Pass and Power Classic Flow is not in it. And also any of the blue ones are not also. They're not really lost weapons. But they do have Time Lost Weapon Bounty included in the name, but technically they're not really part of the group. So if you do any of those ones, you'll pretty much get an extra final perk for the weapon. So for example, here we have STEELFEATHER Repeater. So instead of we have Firmly Planted and Swashbuckler, or Firmly Planted and Multi-Clip. That's an okay roll. This one we have field prep, elemental capacitor, and rangefinder. It's not great either. And we have for our line in the sand, we have rangefinder, firing line, and clown cartridge. I don't know how good clown cartridge is. It sounds pretty like RNG, but I don't really know. And we got a breach light, which we had a full inventory, so we'll go check that out in the postmaster here.
Underway.
Outlaw rampage is not bad, and vorpal weapon with outlaw. It's not bad either. I don't know. This is obviously a good PvE perk, but who knows, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our Timelost arsenal. It's just you get an extra perk at the end. You gotta do these basically these bounties. So like for example, pick one up. They're really cheap to do, really easy to do. Some of them you get the same. They have a rotation or just have a general bounty. So like I said, if we go pick up, let's do MARTYR'S Retribution. We pick this up again, and then there we go. They just do finishers. It's really easy. You just go to either the Leviathan or you just go to the Triangle Shore area and you just kill Cabal. And it's about like 10 or 15 finishers. It's really, really fast. This one's like the easiest one, I would assume. Finishers are super easy to do. So like I said, that's pretty much it. It's a really simple quest, or I guess simple way to farm some god rolls. And you have two chances to really get the right perk for everything. Obviously god rolls is everything, but you know, you get an extra chance here and there. Of course, if you're wondering how we get XP pretty fast, I mean, I'll probably make a video when I get to level 100. Thing is, like I said earlier, is that the way I'm leveling up in the game right now is I'm using the dawning bounties. The dawning bounties give you ×2 experience, and if I make a guide on it, I don't think it'll be that helpful, just because if people watch it after the dawning, it's not going to be useful, because the dawning gives you like at least 4 levels a day, so I wouldn't forget about it. I would honestly do those bounties every day if you can on all 3 characters. But like I said, I'll probably talk about it a little bit more of a discussion video than a guide. But pretty much, hopefully this helps. If you don't know what Timelost Arsenal, that's pretty much what it does. It's pretty cool. But like I said, I'm trying to get this finished, and we'll see how everything goes. But like I said, time to disappear.